Hi, my name is Lieutenant Aaron Tazensky with Constable Alan Rosen's office, Harris County Precinct 1 Constable's office, located in downtown Houston. This evening we're going to be talking about burglaries, aggravated robberies, and some crime prevention tips to safeguard you and your family, both at home and at your regular business. So we're going to start off with the definition of burglaries and robberies. Burglary is the unauthorized entry into a structure with the intent to commit a crime, and usually that is theft, although it could also be for criminal mischief or for arson. It could also be for sexual assault. A robbery is going to be the threat of force or the actual use of force to gain admission into a residence or into a building where you are either using a weapon or you're threatening to use a weapon, and that becomes an aggravated robbery. So burglaries are crimes against property, robberies are crimes against people. Now the term home invasion is a term that has been come up with the media is a generic layman's term. It is not listed in the Texas Penal Code or in any other state. Therefore, when you look for statistics on, quote, home invasions, you're actually looking for aggravated robberies, or what they call a forcible burglary. Now, one thing that you need to understand is some of the statistics that I have pulled from the FBI and also the Bureau of Justice Statistics is that from 2003 to 2007, roughly 1 million burglaries, a little over 27%, or 266,000, actually became an aggravated robbery. Because the victims there of the house, so the house was occupied at the time, became the victim of crime. And in those robberies, 65% of the robberies, the victim of the crime knew the offender. So what that means is that the people who occupy the house or occupy the business knew who it was who actually committed the robbery against them or the violence against them. 30% of burglaries and robberies have an individual that has a firearm with them. Keep in mind that if you have a firearm in your residence and there is a burglary, they very well could get to your firearm and then use it against you if you are there at the house, or if you happen to arrive at the house during the commission of that burglary, then it becomes a robbery because there is a deadly weapon involved. It should be of no surprise that the first method of entry for burglaries and robberies is going to be a door, whether that be the front door or the back door or a side door to the house or to the business. The next possible way, the next frequent way that people gain entry is through a window. Unfortunately, a lot of people leave their doors and their windows unlocked or partially open, which makes it even easier for these individuals to gain admission into the residence or into the building with little detection, because they're not having to force their way in and they're not having to make any noise. Statistically, homes that are without a security system, whether that be an advanced doorbell, some advanced locks, videotape, a closed circuit TV, anything that would be considered a security system, are 300 times more likely to be burglarized or for there to be an aggravated robbery at that location. And 83% of criminals who were convicted of burglary or robbery in 2007 indicated that they actively looked for security features on the business or on the residence to see if it was equipped with security features. And 60% of those 83% decided not to commit the burglary or robbery at that location because of the security system and the increased chances of them being detected. Ironically, burglaries and robberies, the lowest point during the year is going to be in February, when there's snow, ice, and significant cold, and burglaries and robberies are highest in the summertime. That's both a combination of kids being out of high school and out of college, committing criminal mischief and various property crimes, but then also of the availability of more lighting. Now, one thing that we'd like to discuss as far as the crime prevention portion of this, on how to, quote, target harden your business or your home, is a theory that was put forth by two researchers in 1979 by the last names of Felsen and Cohen. And I'm going to draw this on the board. This is called the routine activities theory. And it postulates that if one of the three parts of this triangle is missing, then crime will not occur. So I'm going to draw that on the board now. The first thing that you have is a motivated offender. You have a suitable target. And you have lack of a guardian. When all three of those components to that triangle are present, the theory says that crime has a higher propensity of occurring. If you were to remove one of these portions of the triangle, then crime, in theory, would not occur. Lack of a guardian is going to be either a security guard, an off-duty police officer, or a security system at your home or at your business. And the security system, we'll get more into depth in just a moment, would include alarms, cameras, locks, and various things along that line. A suitable target is your home or your business. If it has the lack of these items and you have some very suitable things in here that an offender would like to have, which are firearms, jewelry, money, any high value electronics, then that's going to be a target that they're going to want to get. In the motivated offender is obvious, that's the offender, the person that has the desire and the means to get into the target. So if you eliminate one of those, or you strengthen one of those, then crime will be reduced. And the area that we concentrate mostly is on the lack of a guardian, which is where your home prevention or your business prevention is. And so I want to go over real quickly some of the major things that will help you, especially at your residence. One is the Ring doorbell or a doorbell from another manufacturer. I'm not specifically advertising for one manufacturer or another, but these smart devices and like the Ring doorbell has the ability of conducting surveillance, recording video, and then also interacting with somebody at your door through an intercom. So that is very good, and it is also digitally stored on a DVR that you can access remotely from your smart device, your tablet, or a laptop computer. Video cameras are the same. If they have 1080p HD or 4K recording ability, that's the best for evidence and surveillance purposes. Again, some of those systems, one brand is Arlo, another one is Vivint. They also have an intercom that you can interact with people who are coming to your house or to your business. Install motion lighting. That would be there if someone or some object or some animal were to go through there, it will immediately light up the area. Burglars and people who commit robberies do not like to have light. They do not want to be detected, so they stay away from alarm systems, cameras, lighting, and those things. You're going to want to keep shrubs and foliage down to about a waist level so that offenders cannot use that as concealment. High shrubs and trees where it make it extremely difficult for police officers who are patrolling the area to see in certain areas along with low light. So you're going to want to keep your landscaping very well trimmed. When you're parking your car into your garage or even in your parking garage at work, you're going to want to back into the garage or back into your parking space. The reason for that is so that you can see people trying to approach your car, which would normally be very difficult because you'd have to use your rear view or side view mirrors. If you're backing into these spots or backing into your garage, you can clearly see if anybody is trying to approach your vehicle. When you get inside your garage, you're going to want to turn the motor off and close the garage door before you exit your vehicle. For in the event that there is someone who would enter there, you would still have some safety being locked inside of your vehicle. Having good relationships with your neighbors and your friends and family, especially when on long business trips or on vacation, is essential because you're going to want to check your mail, pick up your newspapers, And you're going to want to rotate cars if there's any that are there to give the appearance that the house is still occupied and that it's not been vacated for a long period of time. You're going to also want to make sure that you do not have various bumper stickers or things on your vehicle which may give offenders some clues about what's going on at your house. One example would be having a sticker that says you support the NRA, or having other various firearm manufacturer stickers on your vehicle would indicate that you have a large amount of firearms at your house. Also, the little stick figures that talk about or that discuss how many people there at your house, like a husband, a wife, 2 kids, and a dog, would give somebody the information that that is the people who could possibly be in the house. So you want to stay away from those kind of stickers or emblems on your vehicles. You don't want to have high dollar or high value electronics, jewelry, or other kind of boxes that are in your trash where it's visible for people for a long period of time, because there are people that will do surveillance and find out what it is that you have in your house by looking at your trash. So you want to try to take that stuff out maybe within an hour of the trash people coming to pick it up, to prevent people from gaining intelligence by looking at your trash. So, and the number one thing that I could tell you before we end this is that you should remember the phrase, if you see something, say something. In law enforcement, I can't tell you how many times that I've encountered citizens who said they didn't want to call the police because they didn't want to bother us, or they didn't think that it was important. So please, if you see something that looks suspicious or out of place, or it just doesn't seem right, then yes, you need to contact law enforcement so that we can go and investigate that. It is not a bother, and that is something that will help us, because the more eyes that we have out there, the better it is. So thank you for the opportunity to discuss this with you today. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me at Alan Rosen's office, Harris County Precinct 1 Constable. Thank you.